Hello everyone, welcome to Lilthings. I'm here to help you find comfort within yourself through crocheting. Today we're making this bottom cover up for summer. I know you all love beaches. And before we start, just a little personal moment. Crocheting has got me through one of the loneliest and the toughest nights when I was studying abroad in Sydney. It helped me so much in terms of finding my own peace within myself and learning how to enjoy my own company without external validation. I really want to give that comfort back to people who I care about, which is you guys. After months and months of hard work, I have just launched my own online yarn store. Our first drop is 50-gram milk cotton yarn. It's super soft, beginner friendly, and the stitches are very clean. We have a wide range of colors, so you can definitely find your perfect shade. And yes, we ship worldwide. Before we jump into the materials, there's something I should not be telling you. Somewhere in this tutorial, there is a secret flash discount code that looks like this for 10% off for our yarn store. So make sure you watch the whole entire tutorial. It would only show up once and very quick. There's a total of 10 uses. You can use it multiple times. So if you spot it, definitely keep it to yourself. If you love crocheting, I made a little crochet private community and it's called Lilthings Home. Come hang out for free, share your whips, share your crochet projects, meet crocheters from all around the world. The door is always open for you. And if you want more of me, there is a Lilthings Inner Circle for $9 a month. You get 2 new patterns every month, and all my video tutorials are ad-free, weekly crochet calls with me, and also real feedback on your crochet projects. We would love to have you in, so click the link in the description to join. And now let's get back to the tutorial. We'll be crocheting from the bottom up. One of the biggest advantages of working this way is that you can easily adjust the size. If you'd like a smaller triangle, simply stop earlier. If you'd like it longer, just keep adding more rows until you're happy with the height. Let's get started. Take out your yarn and a crochet hook. We'll begin by making a slip knot. To do this, wrap the yarn around your pinky and then up to your index finger. Hold the crossed yarn in place with your thumb and middle finger, then wrap the yarn through your other hand to form a loop. Grab the working yarn through the loop and tighten it. Place the loop onto your hook and gently pull both yarn ends to tighten it, just enough so it sits securely on the hook, but still moves easily. First, chain 5. To make a chain stitch, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. Continue, yarn over and pull through. Repeat until you have 5 chains. These chains will become the first slanted edge of our triangle. Next, chain 6 more. These chains create the first mesh opening in the center. Now we'll make our first double crochet. To make a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the very first chain where we started, right here. Yarn over and pull up a loop. You should now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops, then yarn over again and pull through the remaining 2 loops. That's 1 double crochet. Next, chain another 6, yarn over and pull through. For the opposite slanted edge, we'll make a treble crochet into the very first stitch. A treble crochet is slightly taller than a double crochet. Yarn over twice, insert your hook into the first stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That's a treble crochet. Our first row is now complete. Turn your work, chain 5. Just like before, these chains create the slanted edge of the triangle. Next, chain 6 to create the first mesh opening. Now we'll work a double crochet into the center chain space from the previous row. Instead of inserting your hook into an individual stitch, simply insert it underneath the chain space, then complete 1 double crochet. Remember the steps? Yarn over and insert the hook into the space, yarn over and pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the rest. Chain 6 again, work another double crochet into the next chain space. After that, chain 6 once more. Now we'll finish the row with a treble crochet along the slanted edge. Here we need to actually count the stitch. Count to the 5th chain from the corner, right here, then work 1 treble crochet into that stitch. Counting carefully here helps keep the edges of the triangle nice and straight. You should now be able to see the shape of the triangle starting to form. From this point on, every row follows the same pattern. Chain 5 for the slanted edge, chain 6, work 1 double crochet into the next chain space. Chain 6, continue working 1 double crochet into every chain space across the row, followed by a chain 6. After the final chain 6 space, finish the row with 1 treble crochet into the 5th chain along the edge. Each new row adds another section to the triangle, allowing it to grow evenly on both sides. You may notice that the side edges are made with 5 chains, while each mesh opening uses 6 chains. This combination creates a wider, more comfortable triangle that drapes beautifully when worn. As your triangle gets larger, you'll really start to see the open mesh pattern take shape. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect after the first few rows. The shape becomes much clearer as you continue crocheting. Simply keep repeating the same pattern until your triangle reaches your desired size. For my sample, I crocheted 25 rows, but you can always make yours smaller or larger depending on the fit you'd like. Once you're happy with the size, make 1 final chain and fasten off. Since we've already made a securing chain, the yarn is locked in place. Thread the yarn tail through several nearby stitches to hide it. If you have a smaller crochet hook, it can make weaving in the yarn much easier. For extra security, you can tie a small knot before continuing to weave the yarn through a few more stitches. The longer you weave in the yarn tail, the less likely it is to come loose over time. Trim away the excess yarn. Repeat the same process for the yarn tail at the bottom of the triangle. Find a nearby stitch, weave the yarn through several stitches, make a small knot if you'd like some extra security, then continue weaving in the remaining tail before trimming it. And that's our mesh triangle finished. Now that we've finished the mesh triangle, let's crochet the starfish. The construction is exactly the same for both sizes. The only difference is the number of chains and double crochets used for each point. For the small starfish, each point is made with 7 chains, then work 1/2 double crochet followed by 4 double crochets. For a larger starfish, simply chain 8 instead. This gives you room to work 1/2 double crochet and 5 double crochets, creating a longer point. If you'd like an even bigger starfish, simply add more chains and increase the number of double crochets in each point. Today I'll demonstrate the larger version. Using white yarn, begin with a magic ring. Wrap the yarn around your pinky, then around your index finger to form a loop. Hold the crossing part and you should see an X right here. Insert your hook into the loop, yarn over and pull through, then chain 3. Now work a total of 15 double crochets into the magic ring. Once you finish all 15 stitches, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Insert the hook into the first stitch, yarn over and pull through the loop that's already on the hook. Pull the magic ring tightly closed to create a neat circle in the center. We'll now crochet the 5 points of the star, chain 8, working back toward the center, skip the first 2 chains from your hook and work 1/2 double crochet into the next chain. Yarn over and insert the hook, yarn over and pull through, then yarn over and pull through all loops. That's a 1/2 double crochet. Then work 5 double crochets, 1 into each remaining chain. This creates 1 complete star point. To attach it, make a slip stitch into the 3rd stitch of the center circle. Right here, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over, and pull through all loops. Now we'll repeat the same steps for the remaining 4 points. Let's make one more point together, chain 8 to start. Skip the first 2 chains from the hook and work 1/2 double crochet into the next one. After that, double crochet 5. Finally, slip stitch into the 3rd stitch of the center circle. Continue repeating this until you've made all 5 points. After finishing the last point, make 1 extra chain to secure your work, then fasten off. You can leave a long yarn tail if you'd like to sew the starfish onto the triangle later. Now let's add the blue border around the starfish. Place the blue yarn at the back of your work, insert the hook back to the last stitch, yarn over and pull through, and chain 1. Into the same stitch, work 1 single crochet. Insert the hook, yarn over and pull through, then yarn over and pull through. We'll be working single crochets all the way around. Along each side of a star point, work 6 single crochets. At the tip, we will work 2 increases, meaning that in the following 2 stitches, work 2 single crochets into each stitch. This increase helps the point stay nice and rounded. Then continue with 6 single crochets down the other side. Between every 2 points, work 1 single crochet into the joining stitch. So the pattern for each point is 6 single crochets up the side, two single crochet increases at the tip, six single crochets down the side, one single crochet between the points. Keep repeating this pattern until you've gone all the way around the starfish. When you reach the beginning, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Chain 1 and fasten off. Weave the blue yarn tail into the blue border and trim away any excess yarn. You can crochet as many starfish as you want, and I will show you how to attach the starfish to the triangle mesh. The first way is to sew it on. If you'd like the starfish to stay in one place permanently, leave a long white yarn tail when fastening off. Place the starfish wherever you'd like it on the triangle. Using the yarn tail and your hook, bring it through several points of the starfish, attaching it securely to the mesh. Try to stitch through multiple areas instead of just the center. This helps the starfish stay flat and prevents it from shifting. Once it's secure, weave the remaining yarn tail through several stitches on the back, tie a small knot if you'd like, then trim the excess. If you'd like to move the starfish around, you can attach it to an alligator hair clip instead. Apply a small amount of hot glue and press the clip firmly into place. Once the glue has cooled completely, your starfish can be clipped anywhere on the mesh triangle. You can even remove it later and use it as a hair clip or decorative accessory. And that's our triangle mesh finished. Again, if you'd like to join our private community, Lilthings Home, you can click the link in the description box, and I'll see you inside.